Good everyone, and welcome back to the second part of our Wheel of Life action plan series. So in this video you can follow along again and pause and rewind wherever you find necessary, and you can download the action plan PDF that's attached to this video, or you can also draw your own on a bit of paper. Today we are going to be talking specifically about the action plan which follows on from the last video called the Wheel of Life. So before we begin, I'll quickly pass it over to Sofian and he can introduce today's video and then we'll get straight into it.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this second video regarding the Wheel of Life series. So my name is Sofian and I'm the founder of Shaking Mind. And so Shaking Mind, the purpose of Shaking Mind is to create a happier life for people that comes to me. The Wheel of Life is one of my favorite tools, and that's something that I use with every single one of my clients to start to work with, because it gives me a really good idea of a starting point with them. Okay, so let's go to the second step of the Wheel of Life, which I call the action plan. You can download the action plan attached to this video. Otherwise, just take a simple piece of paper and I'm going to guide you with what you're supposed to do. So remember, in the first video, we looked at the Wheel of Life. How do you create a Wheel of Life? Right here in the top right-hand corner, I just put a little reminder of it and how it could potentially look like. We have established that we have a snapshot of ourselves and we have our potential, and there is a gap between what it looks like for us now and what we could potentially put our potential towards. Okay, so how are we gonna be able to improve from that first Wheel of Life that we have created? The secret will be to create an action plan. Okay, so remember, we have 8 different areas on that Wheel of Life, and what I would like you to do is you're gonna take every single area one by one, and you're gonna think about 5 actions that you could do that will make you feel better about this area, something that would make you improve your score if you were to update your Wheel of Life. Okay, so let me give you an example. I'm gonna take fun and adventure to start with. That's our first area. In fun and adventure, I wanna think about 5 different actions that I could do. I'm gonna say, okay, maybe for fun and adventure, I wanna go on a hike maybe once a month. So I'm gonna write hike once a month. If I do that, I'm gonna feel more happy. I'm gonna feel that I have a little bit more adventure, right? Then I'm gonna think about it again. I say, what else could I do to feel happier? Oh, maybe I should have some playtime with my children, maybe twice a week. So I'm gonna put playtime 2 times a week. And then I'm gonna think about something else, like we wanna keep on building those things and say, oh, for example, there's that really good movie that just came out at the theater. I wanna go see that movie. If I do that, that's gonna make me happier. So I'm gonna simply put, watch, I don't know, the new Top Gun movie, for example. Watch Top Gun movie. And this is gonna make me happy. Okay, so as you can see, I can keep on going and creating some actions, but what I want to create is 5 actions, ideally speaking. Okay, I'm going to do that for fun and adventure, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. I'm going to do the same for health and fitness. Health and fitness, I need to cut sugar. So I'm going to write cut sugar. I need to drink more water. So drink more water. Maybe I need to go to the gym, probably like, maybe 3 times to the gym a week. So gym 3 times a week. And you get the idea, so on, until you have your 5 actions, okay? You're gonna do that for every single one of the areas. What is very important is every single action that you're gonna write on this, it doesn't have to be something too big. It could be something very short. It could be something that maybe is going to only take you 5 minutes. This is perfect. The smaller the action, the better it is. You don't want to go on something that is too high. If you put, for example, instead of a hike once a month, you put straight away climbing Mount Everest, this is a way different task. And climbing Mount Everest is probably going to take you a few years to be able to reach, right? But in order to prepare to climb Mount Everest, you will probably need to start to go more often on hiking, start to try to go to the gym with a mask or something like that. You get the idea. So try to break down with baby steps more than gigantic steps, and that's going to help you to build your action plan. Now, in some areas, it's going to be easier than others. In some of them, you're going to have plenty of ideas straight away. And in some other area, it might be a bit more difficult where you're only going to think maybe of 2 or 3 actions. I'd like to challenge you to come up with 5 actions. The reason why I want you to do 5 actions, ideally speaking, is you have 8 areas, you have 5 actions. It's going to give you a total of 40 actions. 40 actions, there's about 30 days in a month. So basically, once you have your 40 actions, there's no more excuses. You can pick any action every day. That's the reason why I want you guys to come up with at least 30 to 40 actions for all your plan right there. Sounds good? Any questions so far for you, Olivia?
Yes. So do the actions have to be quite specific? I'm just having a look at your health and fitness one where you say drink more water. That's quite a general one. Would it be better to be specific? So for me, I don't actually drink a lot of water, and that is one of my goals for my health and fitness one. Should I be more specific and say drink 2 liters of water a day, or does saying drinking more water, is that okay? Because I know that I don't actually drink enough.
It's a very good point. Actually, the more specific you're going to be, the better it's going to be. The reason why you want to be specific is because you want to be able to tick the box. The more you're going to be able to tick boxes, the better you're going to feel about yourself. So absolutely, instead of putting drinking more water, you would put drink 2 liters of water per day. And once you drink your 2 liters of water per day, you can tick the box and then move on to maybe tick another box right there. So as much as possible, you want your goals to be what we call SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. Okay, so that's your SMART point right here. So try to get like something that you can look for, okay, something that you can reach. Like for example, 1 hike once a week, 2 liters of water per day. Absolutely. Here we are. We have our action plan. Very easy. Like I said, try to get 40 actions, so it's going to get you moving on the week. And that's how you're going to be able to rate yourself. Now, just a little thing I want to bring your attention to is the type of action that you're going to have. As you can see on the action that I have created, some of them are going to be what I would call a one-shot. So it's one thing, once it's done, it disappears. For example, going to the movie to watch the last Top Gun, it's one shot. Once it's done, it's done. But on the other hand, going for a hike once a month, it's something that's going to repeat itself, okay? So what I would like you to think about is every time that you do a one-shot action and you can tick it off from the list, I want you to replace it by another one. Okay, so basically you're consistently going to stay at the same amount of actions. You're just going to replace them if they are a one shot. Now, for the ones that are actually recurrent, something that comes back over and over again, I want you to keep your actions on this, maybe for about 3 weeks or for 3 months, depending on the type of action. For example, the gym 3 times a week, you want to keep that on here for 3 to 4 weeks. The hike once a month, you want to keep it on your list for about 3 months. Okay? So your action plan will be updated every month at the same time as your wheel of life. Okay? That's going to be something that you're going to update. So once you know that you've done your gym 3 times a week and you're getting pretty good at this, then you can start to put something else that's going to help to enhance your health and your nutrition as well. Sounds good? Any question about this, Olivia?
Is it okay if we, to begin with, we start with just one-off actions? Or would you recommend having a little mix of ones that may take a few months or a few weeks and some that just happen once, such as going to the movies?
What I would say is having a mix is a good thing. Having only small action for the short term is a good thing as well. The only thing I wouldn't recommend is to have action that are only for the long term. Because the thing is, if you're not able to tick the box, you're not going to feel good about yourself. So you want to make sure that all the actions that you have, in all these 40 actions, you want to make sure that there's at least 50% of them that you can tick within 1 day. because this is what's going to make you feel good. The fact that you have some long-term one is okay. But then what I would recommend is to say, if it's like a very long one, that's going to be take 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, look at what are the baby steps in order to reach that goal, in order to do that action. So for example, if my goal is to do for a hike once a month, in order to go for a hike, I need to do my research first. So one of your first action, part of fun and adventure, would be actually to say, look, do a Google search about where can I go for a hike in New Zealand. Then your second step could be pick a destination. Then your third step could be look at accommodation, right? So all these things will contribute to a bigger goal, but this is little baby steps that you can tick along the way, okay?
Fantastic.
Good. Well, if we don't have any more questions, I think that's it for today. We had a look at the action plan. We know what it looks like. So now you have the wheel of life, and now you have a set of actions that you can do that's going to make you rate yourself on a higher score next time you do your action plan and your wheel of life, okay? I'll see you for the next video where we're going to talk about the last and final step of the wheel of life, which is accountability, and what we're going to do after once we've done that whole cycle, okay? I'll see you soon. Bye.